It's October 4th, and I've been messing around with a power switch, a shutdown button for Raspberry Pi. I've got a Raspberry Pi Model B Revision 1 here. This is the old original Raspberry Pi. It's connected to the monitor with HDMI. I guess I don't need the Ethernet to confuse the issue. It's powered down. I've got this plugged to a USB wall plug over here that I'm going to plug it into, and so what's going to happen is that I'll power up the Raspberry Pi. On power up, it'll start a little background process that watches for that button to be pushed and controls this LED, so that when it's watching the button, the LED is going to be driven. When the Pi goes into shutdown, it's not going to be driving that anymore. The default the shutdown state is that LED is off. So that's feedback to an external circuit that tells it can cut all the power out, and then the push button starts a shutdown process which will sync the drives so that we don't end up powering off during some critical operating system operation. So I'm going to plug this in. We've got power happening, and we'll see something on the display. We can see the current 360 milliamps. There's no SD card, there's no Wi-Fi. This is just looking at the power cycling. The shut down and start up. Okay, so it's done booting. You can see it asking for a login, 320 milliamps. So the green light's on, so my background process has that in a active state, asserted, and it's looking for the button. I push the button. You can see, you can't read it, but you can see that it's started the shutdown over there, and when it goes into a lower power state, there we go. Okay, so the LED went out and we're down to 100 milliamps. So it's in the low power state, so we can unpower it if we want to. That's fine. When it reboots on power cycling, it'll reboot. Looks like I've wiggled something in my circuit here. Here we go. So we should see the boot. We've got the boot screen going over here, and looks like we got a peak of about 400 milliamps with no external storage, no Wi-Fi. Now the Model B Plus has maybe 100 milliamps less. Okay, we're booted now. Same thing. I can hit the button. It signals a shutdown, and it's going to go into a low power state. So this is the basis of a way to periodically poll something staying in low power. We're back to 100 milliamps, ready to cut the power off entirely. And of course, when we have a Wi-Fi dongle and an SSD drive, the power is going to be much higher, and those things probably will have quiescent current that's going to kill the battery too. Anyway, just messing around with the power down circuit, October 4th, 2014.